Sami Zayn's the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. What's up, Jared Review? Today we have the setup review of Saturday night's main event. And yes, this setup's a little late. Usually I post them in the morning, but I was busy, so the setup review is going up a little later today. But this show was absolutely insane, so let's get into it. So they kicked the show off with Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu. This was supposed to be a one-on-one match. Jacob Fatu comes out, no shirt, which is rare for him to wrestle no shirt. Badass entrance. He was talking shit about Cody Rhodes through pretty much the whole entrance. And then Cody Rhodes comes out. Cody's on the turnbuckle to do his the whoa pyro thing, and Jacob Fatu attacks him. So they're fighting. Cody Rhodes sells his jacket on. The match never starts. They start brawling all over the ring, outside of the ring by the announce table and everything. Cody drops the jacket. They keep on brawling. The match never starts, and then they hit the crowd. They get into the crowd, and they start beating the holy hell out of each other. Like Cody grabs somebody's beard and smashes it on Jacob Fatu's head. They fought all the way up the stairs and everything into the concession stands, putting each other through tables back there, food, getting hit by food and everything. Then they got back, they came back around, coming back down the stairs, fighting down the stairs. They're just beating the holy hell out of each other. It's an absolute brawl. They got security, referees, they got Nick Aldis, everybody trying to break this fight up. And then Cody Rhodes and Jacob Fatu start teaming up to beat up the security guards and the people trying to break up their fight. And they're just beating the holy hell out of each other. And then they get towards some tables and they start sending security guards off this top. They're on top of this giant black shipping container thing. They're sending security guards off it. They're beating the holy hell out of each other. And then out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre shows up, throws Cody Rhodes through a table, throws Jacob Fatu through a table. They're out cold. And Drew McIntyre stands tall. He comes walking out. He gets by the ring and everything, and he walks out through the stage and everything. So Drew McIntyre standing tall over Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes, who were both fighting pretty much to get to Drew McIntyre in the WWE Championship. So Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes never really had the match. Nobody won. They just got beat the holy hell out of, and then Drew McIntyre ended up sending both of them through tables. I think this is truly setting up the main event for WrestleMania, which is going to be a triple threat or a fatal four-way for the WWE Championship. And the triple threat would obviously be Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, Jacob Fatu. But I still think the man that attacked Jacob Fatu was Randy Orton. I still think Randy Orton's going to be a part of this build. I just don't know why. I just got this gut feeling that Randy Orton was the one that took out Jacob Fatu, because Drew McIntyre said on SmackDown that he would be bragging about it if he was the one taking him out. And I just don't think they're going to go with the story of Cody Rhodes being the one that took him out. Then Rhea Ripley and Io Sky defended their women's tag team championships against Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. This match wasn't terrible, but in my opinion, this is just a typical Monday Night Raw match that we see all the time. So it's just this was nothing really special to me. Raquel Rodriguez tried getting involved, and I thought Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez actually were going to win this. I was like, no way they're going to take the titles off Rhea Ripley and Io Sky already. This is their first title defense, but they didn't. Raquel Rodriguez ended up not completely doing a great job of helping Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez win the tag titles, because Rhea Ripley was still able to hit the Riptide on Liv Morgan to pin her 1, 2, 3. They retained the women's tag team championships and stand tall. I personally have no interest in seeing Rhea Ripley and Io Sky as the tag champions, but whatever. I'd rather see Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, but whatever. I don't think this is going to be a very long run. I feel like they're going to hold them until WrestleMania, and then they'll probably drop them or something like that. But it was their first title defense, so it makes sense. This match was special for me. AJ Styles, when I started watching wrestling at the end of 2015, early 2016, and AJ Styles and John Cena were the guys that got me to fall in love with professional wrestling. And obviously AJ Styles is putting his career on the line at the Royal Rumble, so there's a good chance he's going to retire. And Shinsuke wanted to fight him one last time. And both these guys I absolutely loved when they came to WWE. Growing up watching these two, and they just put their whole entire life on the line in this match. They just tore the house down. This was a typical perfect professional wrestling match. It just was beautiful. It was so good. There was so many references to New Japan and stuff. At the beginning of the match, they had it was a thing from when they fought at Wrestle Kingdom. They did a reference to that, a bunch of other things. Shinsuke came out in his early on red gear that he wore during 2016 and everything like that. So when I saw his Shinsuke gear, I'm like, this is freaking awesome. AJ came out with some special gear with a mask and everything. I can't remember what that was a reference to, but it was that was really cool as well. Oh, he had it was New Japan gear. But this match was insane. They beat the holy hell out of each other. But AJ Styles ended up picking up the victory over Shinsuke, and then this moment happened. Afterwards, they were like both on their knees and like kind of giving each other like a fist bump like this. This was a reference also to their match at Wrestle Kingdom in New Japan. They did this. And then the crowd showed a bunch of love to AJ Styles, cheering and going crazy for him. He was soaking it in, Shinsuke raising his hand and everything. This was an absolute awesome match. It sucks. I really do think AJ's gonna lose at the Royal Rumble. He's gonna retire, which sucks. But man, I would have preferred this to be his retirement match, honestly, because I just don't see why they're gonna have Gunther retire. Like, I'd rather have seen Shinsuke retire AJ. But either way, this match, if AJ truly loses the Royal Rumble and retires, this is going to be the match I remember of one of AJ Styles' last matches, because this match was a banger. And then in the main event, it was Sami Zayn, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, and Randy Orton. Randy Orton having an absolutely insanely awesome entrance. The crowd was going crazy singing his music. Trick Williams also had a really good pop from the entrance. And then they were dead for Damian Priest because he's so mid. He should not be in a world title opportunity. And Sami Zayn, obviously, they're in Montreal, Canada, so they're going to be going crazy for Sami Zayn. I predicted it. They're going to have Sami Zayn win so he can go on to win in front of his home crowd of Montreal, Canada. And then apparently he's also somehow related to something with Saudi Arabia, because he comes out like in his the white I don't even know what you call it, but like he's worn like a white like coat type thing. But like I don't understand it, but they truly are just doing this so Sami Zayn can perform in front of Saudi Arabia for the world title. I just find that stupid, because Sami Zayn, in my personal opinion, should never be in a world title opportunity. He's just not world title material, especially this version of Sami Zayn. Like when he fought Roman Reigns 3 years ago for the world title, that was awesome because he was good. Now he's been the same thing though for 3 years, and it's just underdog Sami Zayn, underdog Sami Zayn. We all know Sami Zayn ain't beating Drew McIntyre. They do have a lot of history, so that makes sense that Sami Zayn's going to fight Drew McIntyre for the world title if he's going to fight anybody for the world title. But Sami Zayn ain't winning this. I would have preferred to see Randy Orton win this match, and then somehow this sets up the main event of WrestleMania with all four of the guys. But they're going to go with Sami Zayn because of other reasons than just the actual storyline, which is stupid. But whatever. Sami Zayn won the Fatal 4-Way match. Randy Orton almost had it. He tried sliding back in the ring to break up the count, but Sami Zayn ended up picking up the victory. Randy Orton should have had it, but then also Trick Williams, I think it was Trick Williams that broke it all up and was throwing people out of the ring, and then he ended up getting, I think he was the one that got pinned. I can't remember. This Fatal 4-Way match wasn't bad though. It wasn't bad. It was a good match. Randy Orton looked dominant as hell as like usual, but the nice thing is they didn't have Randy Orton get pinned. But honestly, this show was great in my opinion. This was a fantastic Saturday Night's Main Event. Some of the Saturday Night's Main Events since they've returned the show have been pretty mid. Like they've been snooze fests, and this show was really good. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. Worst part of the show was the women's tag match, and it wasn't terrible. It just like felt very predictable, very just like meh. The Shinsuke AJ match obviously was the best part. The main event wasn't terrible, the Fatal 4-Way, and honestly, for something that was kind of predictable with the Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes, I just did not see either of them getting pinned. They made it work in a way that was like way better than just the match ending in a disqualification. The match never started and they just beat the holy hell out of each other. I like that way better than just having the match end in a disqualification, because obviously I don't think either of them are going to get pinned yet. But overall, Saturday Night's Main Event, great show. This is JRW Live. Thank you guys for watching. Go check out my Instagram, which is all lowercase JRW Live. Also go check out my TikTok, which is lowercase JRW_lowercase live. Highly appreciate that. Make sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you're not already, because we post every single day. So if you want to stay tuned for some awesome wrestling figure content, so make sure to like and subscribe. This is JRW Live, and I'll see you guys in the next one.